Pat and Gentry go down.
All right, here we go.
We need 2 tight ends for a big game. Okay. All in their Steelers prime.
Just Steelers prime.
Just too. Steelers prime. Vance McDonald, Jesse James, Ebron, Matt Spaeth. Oh,
you said 2 of them, right? I can pick 2?
I think I go with the first 2.
Nah, I'm going Ebron and Jesse.
Ebron.
You said Steelers prime, right?
Vance had like 600 yards one season.
That's cool.
The Tampa Bay truck too.
That's cool.
I'm either thinking Vance Jesse or Vance Ebron. So Ebron's Jesse's not dropping anything, is what we're saying?
I'm just saying if I could take one game, I'm taking the Colts game.
No, Steeler prime.
I said I'm taking when he played the Colts. Was that not this year? The year when Mika had the pick 6? Didn't he? I thought he saw somebody up and everything. He was we lined him out wide and everything. Was that the Colts game? It was one of those games where I definitely saw him have like one of his moments, man. Yeah, but to me, the reason, regardless of game by game, the reason why I'm taking Ebron over Vance, Ebron's a better athlete to me. Mm-hmm. I think Vance is tougher, but Vance's hands, to me, are worse than Ebron. I just think that we featured Ebron more, so it showed up a lot more, whereas we weren't featuring Vance because we had Jesse. Jesse was the guy that we were throwing that ball to. I'm always going to ride with Jesse because to me, Jesse is one of, those short-handed guys. He's versatile. He can block when he needs to. He has great size and length. So that's the main reason why Jesse is always going to be included. But I like Ebron better as a player and as a matchup. I think of just defending both of these guys. Ebron when he was in Detroit, obviously Vance when he was with me in Pittsburgh. Ebron's tough. Ebron's very fluid in terms of how he runs routes. And when he's healthy, I think that he could be really good. Problem is sometimes not as healthy and then more so just not as consistent as he needs to be. But that's why I linked Ebron over Vance.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the only thing I'm thinking with Ebron is the drops. That's the only thing.
But he said prime, so I'm thinking like if I can get best case scenario, so that means 1 drop, then I'm rolling with Ebron. Because we're not going to act like Vance didn't lead the league in drops himself when we traded for him. He had, 13, 14 drops in the season one year, the year that we picked him up.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, that one year he was pretty good for us.
Yeah, that's cool,
600,
man.
Better blocker than Ebron, too. Mm-hmm. I get your case because I want Ebron. Like, if this was Madden, Ebron would be my first pick. And especially with him and his potential, his athleticism. And like you said, he's the best receiver out of all these guys. I do worry about the blocking. How much are we using 2 tight end sets? So you're probably rolling with Jesse James as your number 1 guy.
Why wouldn't I be?
And then you're having Ebron in for special formations.
But that's why I'm trying to figure out why you weren't including Jesse on your list. You like Vance and Jesse or Vance and Ebron? I'm like, Jesse, my number 1. Because he could block. He gonna run route. Well, he ain't running crazy routes, but he can get open. He can catch. And yes, he caught that ball in the Patriots game, just throwing it out there too. So he catches them in big moments. So I like, for me, Jesse is definitely my number 1. But then after that, I go Ebron.
You're right, because I think in terms of blocking tight ends here too, I think he's a little bit more dynamic than Matt Spaeth.
Yeah, because Spaeth is definitely the best blocker of all these guys.
He is, yeah.
But I think Jesse gives me the best of both worlds.
I'm with you.
And then from there, it's pick your poison, Ebron or Vance, man.
I'll go with the truck. I'll go with the van. I'll stick with what I initially said.
The Vanimal? You called him, right? The Vanimal?
I'll go with that truck or the stiff arm that he gave on the Bucks.
It might have been different for me also if I was here when that happened. I remember watching that play. I was on crutches. My knee was in a brace. I was sitting in a steakhouse in Arizona. Yep. Because I was supposed to be a good teammate and, be all into the Cardinals, but I still have my love for the Steelers. And I was like, listen, I know y'all guys are game planning all that stuff, but I'm going to watch my guys play. So yeah, I definitely was in there by myself rooting for my Steelers. Shout out to my dogs, man.